I want to talk a little bit about our past experience, especially with respect to the industry in the past year, and also share some practice we had in the past, and especially with respect to innovation, and how we deal with a challenging time and for the whole industry. And I'm sure everybody knows that the whole industry has faced quite a bit challenge last year, and specifically with difficult macroeconomic conditions. And you probably heard a lot of companies having difficulties raising funding, and also a lot of the companies look at their profitability as their survival line, right? So we as a supplier, we end up dealing with a lot of the operators, a lot of the startup companies, and also technology providers. And we have quite an interesting experience we can share. So we can also talk a little bit about Segway, how we can leverage technology and also leverage collaboration with other companies to deal with all the issues. And also, we probably observe a lot of the regulation changes, and it looks like cities are toughening up their regulations, as Paris is example. And also, there's a lot of corporate responsibility burdens on everybody's shoulder, especially with respect to climate challenge and also social justice. So we're seeing a lot of the companies come up with a strategy to respond to that. So in Chinese word, challenge and opportunity is actually the same words, believe it or not. So we actually observe a lot of companies start to, one is to consolidate and also to try to team up. And also many companies try to start to refocus, right? So focus on the core competence and try to collaborate with other things that's not the core competence of the company. And this continuous focus on the total cost of ownership of fleets and also efficiencies for operations. And we actually observe a lot of application of AI, big data, and all the new technology applied to all aspects of operations. And last but not least, we actually see the form factor of micromobility industry is changing as well. And it looks like e-bike is getting a lot more tractions, partially because the demographics and also the diversity e-bikes can serve. And also what's importantly is the cities seems to be a lot more welcoming the e-bike form factor than the traditional kick scooter sharing. Partially because the demographics again, and also the perceived safety of e-bike over scooters. But I think scooters will still remain as a dominant factors for many reasons. That's one of the reasons we're working on a lot of the different technology to make scooter sharing even safer. So AI, for example, is one of the big move we had, and actually starting last year, we launched this S90L AI computer vision based scooters, and so it's been a year, and it was quite well received and quite successful with many cities and also with operators. And the main goal, obviously, is trying to improve the safety and efficiencies for our fleet and also for the city in general. But what's new this year is that we actually are launching a new platform, and then this time it's beyond just a vehicle. It's actually individual module we launch, and so introducing our Segway Pilot Edge, which will come up next in the picture. And the idea here is that the module we offer now is an add-on device, so it will be compatible with our latest Segway model, and also some of the operators, if they already acquired the latest model, they can actually add on the AI features after the fact. So in some ways, this actually broadens this the market for us, and it has exactly the same architecture and still employ the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform for very powerful AI processing. And it's actually compatible with both e-bikes and the scooters as well. And it does all the same magic trick about sidewalk detection, pedestrian tracking, and also parking spot recognition. And what's special about this launch, especially, somebody some of you might see the press announcement yesterday. This time, the Segway pilot is a program now. So it's not just the vehicle, or it's not just the hardware module itself. We call them a Segway pilot open platform. The reason we want to make it an open platform is we want to welcome all the developers come to join the movement. In some way, we are building up the scale to essentially providing the hardware platform for everybody, including the software providers, the operators themselves, and also even the government could benefit from the data that's collected from the AI or the camera or the sensors or whatnot. So I think, so this is actually a new thing we're doing, and it reflects the principle we talk about, and we like to collaborate with everybody. You probably recognize yesterday, we actually had an announcement with Drover as our preferred partners for the AI platform. And so they are the first one sign up as our partnership program for Segway Pilot. And there are actually a lot more signing up, and you probably will see the announcement very soon. And we welcome everybody, including the startup, where actually we see a lot of the startup company in the back alley talking about coming up with new ideas, right? So it's not just the software that meeting the city requirement, but potentially a lot of the applications for consumer usage and helping consumer to ride safely, and probably adding some more fun in the process as well. So I think there's a lot of benefit associated with this whole AI technology, but I think we can essentially working with everybody, and hopefully we can have essentially an ecosystem, and we can kind of grow together and scale together. So the whole Segway Pilot consists of multiple components. And so in addition to the hardware, we also have a software development kit. I think that's actually for a lot of companies try to interface with our hardware easier. And we actually provide essentially almost like an operating system, if you will, at the base. And so this is leveraging on the vehicle we have tried last year for the whole year. And we have launched over 20,000 of these AI-based vehicles. And it's at least like 5 cities deployed, and the number is growing as well. So it's actually a very robust platform and has been battleground tested. You don't have to go through I call them hardware is hard, right? So you don't have to go through the hardware deployment process and also testing and reliability check and whatnot. So I actually talked about the Segway Pilot benefit of the software development kit, but obviously for the operators, we can address a lot of the safety issues, compliance issues. But then, for everybody else, it's an opportunity to generate new ideas. So the second thing I want to share with everybody is that beyond the vehicle's innovations, we're also constantly thinking about the whole micromobility ecosystem. So in this case, we're introducing a very new concept, and it could be very big and for many reasons. But this is actually a charge and locking solutions we are launching together, and actually in partnership with our company called micromobility. And it's actually a very clever charging and locking solution at the same time. And then we also have a lot more vehicle choices. And also one of the main focus we always have is the reducing of total cost of ownership. And so definitely we're launching more e-bikes. You probably see a lot of the samples in the back here. We're improving the performance of the bikes. And also it's a very simplified design and totally reducing the CapEx and OpEx, and while still maintain the good performance for climbing and for low maintenance. And also we're introducing a new line of kick scooters for sharing. It's actually called Light Series, and it would basically maintain the same performance, but make everything simple to maintain and also low cost of ownership. So including an easy swap, extended battery life, and smaller form factors. Last but not least, I think we have a responsibility to work with industry to improve our ESG standard. So we actually joined force with TUV, and also they are actually one of our certifying body to track all the carbon footprint for all our vehicles. So here's our product director, Michael, in the picture, and we're getting the certificate with TUV. And this is just the beginning. So there are 2 models of scooters that will follow that carbon footprint process. And every scooter essentially will be tracked in terms of the carbon footprint. And this is the beginning. So we will have all our vehicles eventually comply with all the green standard, if you will. This is a family shot of all our product lines, and we have more in our booth. So booth 207, please stop by to say hi. And we love to collaborate and innovate together with everybody. Thank you. Yeah.